We spent last night on the train heading from Lvov to Kyiv. We're just getting into Kyiv now. My dad here, and we're gonna spend the day in Kyiv before we get on the train this evening to eastern Ukraine, where we're gonna have our conference for ministers from the war zone there.
So we get into the east part just in time for church, so we'll have barely time to get to our place and cleaned up, and then off to the service on Sunday morning. Be a long trip, 2 nights on trains and a good day in Kyiv.
Exactly. Kyiv train station. Alright, we just had a little snack at McDonald's. Now we're on our way to the subway and off to the seminary. We've got a meeting here today, and then we'll be back to downtown later this afternoon. So this is, a lot of these stations had Soviet decorations. I think maybe this one had Lenin in it. And they have since passed a law in Ukraine to de-Sovietize or de-communize all architecture. So all of these stations that had Soviet type things in it, they've taken them down, or they've somehow redone them so they're not Soviet in nature anymore.
So I think that this actually used to be Lenin, but they added a mustache and a lock of hair coming down, so that it looks like some sort of Ukrainian guy.
Meeting at the seminary is over, so we're heading downtown to look around Kreshchatyk and Maidan. So we gotta catch a bus here and then a subway. Okay guys, so we just come off the subway here on Institutska Street, which is one of the main streets where a lot of the killing took place during the last couple of days of the revolution, with military snipers shooting at the protesters. And so as you can see, there's a lot of memorials set up here to the what they call the Heavely Hundred. And that's because there was about, in the span of about 2 days time, there was just about 100 protesters that were killed, and a lot of them were killed by sniper fire and from special forces. So in fact, I see they have pictures of all of them here. So let's take a look, see what's here. This is Maidan Square, and I was here in December 2014, right in the middle of the revolution. And right down here they had a big stage set up. All these roads were closed off. They had all kinds of tents everywhere. They had a giant, it was supposed to be a Christmas tree, but it was covered with different kinds of banners about the revolution. Right over here they had barrels where they had fires for warming. They were making tea and soup and things for the activists. And then right on this street here, they had huge barriers that they had built with just stuff. And all the streets that went out of this square here, they had built large barriers with any kind of pieces of wood or junk or anything that they could find. And so it was all sort of secured off from the police, and the police were on the other side of those barriers. But now you look at it and you can't even tell. In fact, almost all of these pavers were also taken up because they used those to throw it at the police on the other side. So everything's been sort of restored, renewed, but everywhere here you see these memorials to the people that died during the revolution. So we're just leaving Maidan now Square.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad, a little bit of a feeling here. There was a lot of hope during the revolution and stuff, but now it's interesting because there's not really any sign of that there is any war or anything like that.
Yeah, I was here 3 or 4 years ago at Christmas time, and all the big Christmas tree was up, lots of revelry going on, and it's kind of returned to that with not a lot of real fear about God or whatever as a result of that.
There's the memorials, but mainly it's just people just walking around eating ice cream and having a good time. So we're gonna hop on the train here in about an hour and a half heading to eastern Ukraine. So we'll see what it's like there. I think maybe the feeling will be a little bit different. We'll be about 25 miles or so from the front lines of the war there. So we'll see what that's like.
And I think here they're making money off the whole Maidan thing here because people are just trying to sell you little trinkets all over the place.
Yeah.